The galaxy was a vast, untamed expanse, filled with countless civilizations, each more ancient and sophisticated than the last. Humanity, still in its infancy on the cosmic stage, had fought its way into the galactic community. Yet, despite their impressive technological advancements, they were still viewed with suspicion by many of the galaxy's more established species. Captain Ethan Jorvik, a human pilot of the starship Ardent Star, had learned to navigate the intricacies of intergalactic politics. His trade route had taken him to some of the most distant and dangerous regions of space, dealing in rare artifacts, diplomatic exchanges, and occasionally running into dangerous situations. But nothing could have prepared him for what he encountered on the barren moon of Glython 5. Glython 5 was a desolate world, its surface ravaged by ancient wars and hostile storms. The planet's only inhabitants were the enigmatic and beautiful Valthirians, a species known for their extraordinary longevity and advanced knowledge of the cosmos. The Valthirians had long been reclusive, keeping to their ancient citadels, far from the prying eyes of the galaxy. It was on this planet that Ethan's journey took an unexpected turn. While on a routine mission, Ethan's ship was struck by a violent cosmic storm, causing severe damage. Forced to make an emergency landing on Glython 5, Ethan and his crew sought shelter and made repairs. The planet was eerily quiet, with no signs of life, until they discovered an injured woman near the ruins of an ancient city. She was unlike any human or alien he had ever seen. Tall, with long silver hair that shimmered like starlight, and skin that radiated a soft, golden hue. Her eyes, though dim with pain, were like twin moons, glowing with an ethereal light. She was clearly of Valthirian origin, but there was something more about her, something that made her appear otherworldly. Ethan rushed to her side, using his medical kit to stabilize her. Her breathing was shallow, and she was losing blood rapidly. The Valthirian woman's injuries appeared to be caused by an attack, her body bruised and burned from a nearby explosion. Despite the danger of the unknown planet, Ethan was determined to save her. He couldn't explain why. Something about her beauty, her grace, and the unspoken sadness in her eyes made him feel an overwhelming sense of urgency. For hours, he worked tirelessly to stabilize her, applying bandages and administering alien medicine he had learned during his travels. Eventually, she awoke, her gaze locking onto his as she blinked in confusion. The Valthirian woman's voice was soft and melodic, as if the stars themselves had whispered into her words. "Who are you?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. "I'm Captain Ethan Jorvik," he said, his voice warm and reassuring. "I'm human. I found you after the storm. You were injured, badly hurt. You're safe now." Her gaze softened, and a small, faint smile curled on her lips. I was not expecting a human to save me." Ethan gave a short chuckle. "I don't think anyone expected it. But when someone's life is in danger, I can't just walk away." Her smile faded slightly, and she looked down, as if contemplating something deeply. Then she turned back to him, her expression serious, yet oddly serene. "I am Zhenara, of the Valthirian royal line," she said softly. "You have saved my life, and for this, I must repay you." Ethan frowned. "I don't need any repayment. I did what anyone would have done." Zhenara's eyes glowed brighter as she stood. "In Valthirian custom, there is always a price for a life saved, a price I must now pay. You are human, but our ways do not differ in this regard." Ethan was confused. "What do you mean?" "You've already been through enough. There's no need for anything more." Zhenara's face softened with regret. "In our culture, a life saved is paid with a bond, a promise that can never be broken. You have saved me from death, and as such, you are bound to me." The only way to fully repay this debt is through marriage. Ethan's heart skipped a beat. Marriage? The idea seemed absurd, yet the sincerity in Zhenara's eyes made him pause. Wait, marriage? But we've only just met. I don't. Zhenara stepped closer, her graceful presence commanding attention. I understand your hesitation, but my people's customs are ancient. I cannot escape the law of my ancestors. You are now my savior, and to sever that bond would be to dishonor both our peoples. Ethan rubbed his face in frustration. He had never been one for tradition, especially not alien traditions. But something in Zhenara's eyes, a vulnerability mixed with strength, made him reconsider. She had saved his crew countless times, even if her life was in danger. She deserved a chance at something more than fate's cruel hand. I didn't do this to marry you, Ethan finally said. But I can't just abandon you either. If this is what it takes to honor your traditions, then I'll do it. I'll marry you. Zhenara's eyes widened in surprise. You would do this for me? Ethan nodded. Yes. I can't let someone pay such a heavy price alone. If marriage is the way to truly repay you, then I'll do it. Zhenara's face broke into a soft, radiant smile, the glow from her eyes brighter than ever. Then you have truly saved me, not just my life, but my soul. And for that, I will be forever grateful. Over the coming months, Ethan and Zhenara's bond grew stronger. They traveled together, learning from one another, sharing knowledge and experiences that transcended their cultural differences. As the captain of the Ardent Star and the princess of the Valthirians, they became an unstoppable team. Their marriage, once seen as an obligation, blossomed into something more, a partnership built on trust, respect, and love. Zhenara, with her ancient wisdom, helped guide Ethan through political struggles in the galaxy, while he taught her the resilience and ingenuity of humanity. Their love became a symbol of unity between their people, a bridge that connected the human race to the ancient, majestic Valthirians. The galaxy may have been vast and filled with uncertainties, but one thing was clear. Sometimes the price of saving a life was more than anyone expected, but it could also lead to the creation of a bond that transcended the stars. And for Captain Ethan Jorvik and Princess Zhenara, the cost of that bond was more than worth it.